Are traumatised on Trentside. I stood at the City Ground last night and said that Forest should make the playoffs, and they really should have done, but as we are here, they're out. We're going to be talking to commentators and fans about just what went wrong yesterday evening, because what went wrong was enormous. Forest only needed a draw against Stoke, and even if they lost, Cardiff and Swansea both had to win, and Swansea had to win big. And still, it all went wrong. This, if you can bear it, is the story of the night.
Forest against Stoke, with so much at stake for Forest. Now the cross comes in from Thompson, back post, headed in. It's a bad start everywhere because Swansea are in front against Reading, Cardiff have taken the lead against Hull, and here Forest are behind to Stoke. She's feeling like one of those nights.
I know, it's here.
Yeah.
Only here matters.
Reading have equalised with 10 men against Swansea. Molly takes it. Yeah! Headed in! Rigorino might have got the touch. Forest are level. Here it goes. So Swansea have gone back in front at Reading. Reading 1, Swansea 2. Here is Timon to fire it back in. And as it deflects towards James McLean, it looks as if he's offside. Gregory slides it at the back post and scores. Forest now only having 2-goal cushion. It is all going wrong late in this second half for Forest, and Swansea have scored again. Swansea have scored. Swansea have scored a goal. That's been sad. Forest are falling out of the playoff places. And now Stoke might just finish.
Tonight, what's happened at the end of the season, to be out of this, the playoff, is just unacceptable. What I can say more than that? I'm sorry. Thank you.
Wow, you can see the emotion there from Sabri Lamouchi. Let's talk about this now. We have fans, we've got Dan and Ben, and we've got the commentator from last night from BBC Radio Nottingham, Colin Fray. I'm going to ask you to do the impossible now. In 15 seconds, what happened?
Well, I think in terms of the season, what happened is Forest were a bit like the long-distance runner, tying up in the home straight. They got mentally exhausted, they got physically exhausted. And in terms of the game, Stoke threw on 3 very sprightly substitutes who changed the game in the space of a few minutes. Forest couldn't cope with it, and that's been the story really of the last 5 games. They've not been able to cope with the pressure.
Shattering to listen to that commentary. Let's talk about the fans' emotions now, if we can. How hard was it being at home, Ben, and watching that rather than being in that stadium behind you?
Well, the picture I done last night says it all. I was gutted, upset, I was crying for like 5 minutes. Just like, again, Yeovil repeat 2015 or 2008, but yeah, just gutted, crying most of the time.
That's the thing though, you've been here before, haven't you, as fans? How tricky is that to endure this again?
I don't need it in my life no more. But yeah, just crying. It's happened Yeovil, Sheffield United, Blackpool, and this happened again last night. I just don't need it. Forest fan.
Let's talk about where we go from here, Dan. Can the club build on this at all? Because if you'd offered you 7th at the start of the season, you might have taken it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the best position we've finished in for quite a while. So hopefully they're going to keep him on board, Lamouchi, and we can rebuild again. Just hope there's no hangover from last night, because the players are going to be gutted, the staff, manager, everybody, fans especially as well. And there's a way to build on it. You know, we can come back from this point, but it'll take a bit of stability and a bit of patience.
Ben referenced a photo now. He's on the floor with his head in his hands. How were you last night?
All sorts of emotions, really. Mainly anger, frustration. Wasn't nice to watch, and it's like a car crash. You knew it was coming, and you just had to brace yourself for it. And yeah, it was horrible.
Sorry to put you through it all over again. We're going to be talking about what happens next a bit more with Colin shortly. We ought to mention Ed a bit later on. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Colin, Ben, Dan, and that is just about it from the City Ground for the season.